day, Ruskin enjoys. Happy to X, it's time for the Abnormal Barders. Now today, we have a lot to talk about because this is complete the sets Rust store. We saw 16 skins in total being accepted, and I'd just like to point out we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 regular skins, 10 abnormal skins to chase after. Now, you might be sitting there wondering, abnormal skins? Regular skins? What on earth is this guy on about? Do you need help? Well, sit back, I'll quickly explain. Basically, abnormal skins, they become marketable before the roster even rotates. And knowing that, what we'll do is we'll figure out prices for all of the skins right now. We'll get ourselves nice and ready. When the timer's right, and look above, yep, you can see a timer right there. When the timer's right, we'll race to get those barders down, and hopefully we're the people that pick up these skins for a much cheaper price in the future, and then we can flip all these skins for some sweet, delicious profit. Now, if you need to see that happen with your own eyes, consider looking in the description. At the very top, there are 2 videos provided. The very first video is a 60-second short video which showcases what abnormal skins are, how they work. You get the idea. Now, if you feel like, you know what, I'm interested, but I need to learn a lot more. I want to be able to identify abnormals. I want to see like how to figure out when they become marketable and whatnot. Consider watching the second video listed in the description. It's about 20 minutes long, but it'll explain everything in regards to abnormals. So it might be helpful, especially if you want to get involved and start investing into Rust skins, all right? Because you kind of need to do this to make it work. And let me tell you, we've got a lot of interesting skins, but I cannot guarantee everything will be perfectly fine. You might notice the the various different prices that we see these skins being sold for and whatnot. That could be a bit problematic. But you know what? Let's also get a good look at the sales as well. And then we also question, with it being a complete the sets Rust store, are we going to return to these collections? Are we still going to see more skins being produced for them? Because if we do see more, all right, that's nice. But if it truly is going to be complete the sets, maybe we don't see any collection continuations for these ever again. All right, cool. So that's something for you to worry about. I'm now going to go through all these skins, abnormals first, of course, and we're going to go ahead and try and figure out prices for all of them. Chat, are you ready? Right, brace yourselves. Let's go. I'm going to talk about both the turrets at the same time. Murder Hornet Autoturret, over 28,000 subscribers. No Mercy Autoturret, just over 19,000 subscribers. $2, $4. Wow, okay. So, I am very much under the impression we're going to see a lot of Autoturret skins being accepted over the course of this year. I really wouldn't be surprised if we just see tons upon tons of these being produced. Like, I'm seeing some very cool, unique looking designs being made. Like, you got this icy design right here produced by Mr. Prizrak. You've got this clown design. It's cool. What else we got? Like, where's the anime one? There you go. You got a very angry anime girl right there. She will protect your base, and she hates everyone else. So yeah, you get the idea. There's lots of potential. There's lots of silly ideas being worked on, but of course, inevitably, come on now. You know there's going to be Twitch drops. You know there's going to be kick drops. Brand new skinnable. The first 2 skins to be accepted in a Rust store, and it wouldn't surprise me if they do suffer eventually. Like, we always go back to the beds as a great example. The first few beds sold quite a lot, and then eventually we saw more and more and more and more and more and more and more being accepted, and yeah. Now, with all due respect, we are starting to see quite a lot of beds actually starting to improve. In fact, a lot of skins in general, as of now, are starting to improve because, of course, we're getting closer and closer to July and August, the summer peaks, okay? Summer peaks are basically when we see prices peaking to all-time high prices during the summertime. I know seasons are different, but for the majority of the world right now, kids are out of school, it's summer vacation, summer holidays, you get the idea. Lots of people are playing. So, all right, cool, understood. So, all right, I won't be surprised if initially, these do quite all right. But as we see more and more Autoturret skins being accepted, and yes, it's the brand new skinnable, you're going to see one tomorrow, you're going to see, you're very likely going to see another one next week. We might have a Rust store where we have 2 at the same time again. Don't be surprised by that. I'm expecting a Halloween one, I'm expecting Christmas ones, Easter ones, you name it, Valentine's. Oh yeah, like a heartbreaker sort of one. That's inevitable. So, okay. Knowing that, do you feel confident in both of these Autoturrets? I bet you don't. Now, of course, I could also just quickly go ahead and point out what the estimates were in regards to how much we thought they were going to sell by next Thursday. I can confirm to you, I thought the Murder Hornet was going to sell between 27 to 32,000 subscribers, and I thought the No Mercy Autoturret was going to do between 18 to 21,000 subscribers. They have matched up to expectation. Cool. Are they all right, though? I don't think so. Antonomy, I hope you're in the background. Make sure you get this right. I reckon the Murder Hornet Autoturret is going to probably go down to about $1, maybe even less. Now, again, I'm rolling with the expectation that we're going to see a lot of these being accepted. If that happens, you shouldn't be surprised to hear me say, I think I'm only going to offer 60 cents to 80 cents for the Murder Hornet. Now, of course, there's the possibility that this probably turns into a collection. The funny thing is with this whole batch of skins here, this actually wasn't a collection continuation. But because we didn't see an Autoturret skin being accepted the previous week, Facepunch probably thought to themselves, oh, you know what, yeah, we should probably go accept two, and let's just pick out one, you know, that we didn't accept last week, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. So anyway, that could still turn into a collection. That could still turn into something. But, well, I don't know what Mr. Stabby is up to. Hey, it was very cool to see, but what does he make next? In fact, you could just quickly go to the comment section. We can see of our own eyes. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a door or something. That wouldn't surprise me. So there's potential of that. And yet still, I wouldn't be surprised if it still drops off. Because, of course, inevitably, around October time, that is where we see it, like all the skins reach rock bottom prices. I hope you are prepared for such a thing. I'm sorry to say, but, oh dear, you better watch out. So, all right then, Murder Hornet Autoturret. You're cool, you're fine, you have the potential to turn into a collection, but still, there will be more options available. I wouldn't be surprised if it drops off. Now, specifically, the No Mercy Autoturret, in regards to you, I don't expect it to go all the way down to less than $1. But, in regards to what I see here of its high price, it's going to struggle to maintain that price. It will. However, is this going to be the whitest turret we ever see? Now, the reason I say that is because Facepunch quite literally asked all the skin creators, can you please avoid making white turrets, green turrets, light brown turrets? Please don't make any camouflage auto turrets, basically. And, well, I've seen some interesting white designs, but even the space station skin had to change and add some red just to potentially become a lot more available, a lot more applicable. No Mercy is white and black. Is that the most white we can see? Does it really matter? Like, you can hear the thing. It has lasers. I know it's silly. It's stupid. But anyway. In regards to that, I still expect it to drop off. I think I'm only going to offer 90 cents to $1.30 for this No Mercy Autoturret. Yes, that's all I'm going to offer. It has sold quite a fair bit less, but by tomorrow, this is going to go over 20,000 subscribers. I still expect to see a lot of these, all right? I still expect to see lots of these. On the Steam market, we could still have problems. So yeah, I'm not feeling very confident in regards to Autoturrets. I'm never really confident in regards to new skinnables regardless. So we'll see how it goes, but don't be surprised if we see another, well, potentially a couple more tomorrow. Right, moving on. Heatseeker Bolt Action Rifle. Another $4 skin. So immediately we have problems. And I will remind you, recently we had a double barrel shotgun. Oh no, pump shotgun, sorry about that, pump shotgun. That sold for a $3.49 price. And since then, it's kind of struggled. It hasn't, like, suffered immensely. As you might notice, it's still retaining quite a decent amount of its value. And let me just go ahead and turn the extension on, which I didn't have prepared because I'm a fool. Sorry about that. Let's go switch that on. Cool. So, yeah, it's got 50 listings. It's not, like, swamped or anything, but it's still kind of struggling. Maybe people don't care about the fact that it's got a transparent aim sight and a pump shotgun. But, yeah, it's still thin. It could easily rise up. I won't be surprised if that actually does slowly gain value over the course of the next month or so. But the higher price kind of put it in an awkward position. And now we have a bolt-action rifle. I'm going to ask you, how often do you use a bolt-action rifle? And then in comparison to a pump shotgun, how often do you use a bolt-action rifle now? So, I am questioning that a little bit. But I'm also kind of well aware that we don't really tend to see that many bolt-action rifle skins. Now, you might notice last year we had quite an interesting amount of, like, drops The year before that as well, we did see a few interesting acceptances, but you might notice, you know what, we just don't see that many marketable ones, and, well, these have actually worked out quite all right. Not amazingly, not insanely, but then again, this right here is part of the Heatseeker collection, and as you might have noticed, Heatseeker collection's doing good, and it's only improving. Now, the recent skins, there's been their own problems. You didn't exactly sell that much, it's just your higher price. You sold an absurd amount. You have your own problems to deal with. But I wouldn't be surprised if it eventually recovers, much like look what we saw with the MP5 and, well, the SAR and whatnot. There was demand. Like, there's so much demand for the MP5 right now that is currently right now at its all-time highest price it's ever been. And it's only going up even more. And I will remind you, that did 65,000 subscribers. So if the collection's super in demand, if this is the only marketable transparent aim sight bolt-action rifle, it will be holding up quite nicely. However, will it always be the only marketable transparent aim sight bolt-action rifle? I will quickly remind you, the Coconut Bee and the H-June bolt-action rifles that you got for absolutely free last year, they both have transparency. And on the workshop right now, there are two options that could potentially be accepted tomorrow and next week, because of course the bolt-action rifle is the focused item of the month. We could still see Black Ops bolt-action rifle, we could still see Rainbow Pony bolt-action rifle, and you know what, I completely forgot, we also happen to have Tribal Alloy bolt-action rifle. All three of these have a transparent aim sight as well. And you're going to sit there and say, but Hedge, don't you put a scope in this? Yes, I know, but still, the ability to have it scopeless and whatnot, nice extra bit of advantage. Like, it's literally just removing two prongs to the side, and that's it. That's it. And yet people will pay for that. Are they going to list these at $4 as well? Or is this just special and it's $4? Like, what I'm saying is, if they were to accept the Rainbow Pony bolt-action rifle after this, is it going to be sold at $2.49, or is it going to be sold at $4 as well? We've got to wait and see. Maybe they don't accept another transparent aim sight bolt-action rifle. All right, well, fair enough then. We'll see how it goes. But you understand the awkward position it's in now. So, Heatseeker bolt-action rifle. I will give you respect. I'll give you my thumbs up. And it has matched up to expectations. I thought it was going to sell between 16 to 18,000 subscribers. Can confirm that is currently correct. By tomorrow, though, how many more sales are we going to see? I don't think it'll reach over 18,000 subscribers. I don't think that'll happen. So based on what I'm looking at here, I think what I'll do is I'll look at it like based on long term. Even with short term, with new skins potentially being accepted, as I said, the options that are available that have appeared this past weekend, I think I'm going to do $2 to $2.50. Inevitably, we're eventually going to have October 2026. We're going to have the autumn fall seasonal dip. I'm going to see a lot of skins drop down in price. And that right there will suffer as well. Will it only go down to about $3? Well, guess what? My $2.50 bar will be perfectly fine. So, yeah, I'm going to go in fairly strong, but not fully strong. So, yeah, that'll be my suggestion. That'll be what I'm offering. Hello, Freya, and good day, everybody. Hope you're doing all right. Right. HellCore Tier 3. I'm not upset with the amount it's sold. It's fine. It should be doing quite all right. If you aren't understanding what I'm saying, just to remind you, HellCore Hoodie and Pants did about 12,500 subscribers. The Tier 3 is currently sitting here. Oh, it's quite a bit different. The face mask is currently almost 15,000 subscribers. Yep. And the chest plate is just under 14,000 subscribers. So there's a fair bit more sales for these in comparison to the Hoodie and Pants. Is it doomed? No, not really. No. We still have Tier 2 potentially available. Could that be accepted tomorrow? Oh, imagine that. We're also anticipating some boots and gloves eventually. A jacket was submitted recently. Like, if we see everything being accepted, that will still spike them on spike price ever so nice. The Hoodie and Pants, I think, are in a much more solid position. But I will also sit here and say, we had to wait a while for this, didn't we? We had to wait for a while. They had to get a version 2 made just to be accepted. So I'm going to sit here and say, you know what? I reckon we're probably going to have to wait a while for the Tier 2 to be accepted. I think that's the more likely outcome. So in regards to that then, what am I expecting? Well, I will remind you, the Hoodie and Pants, they did drop off a little bit initially, and then it went back up to evens, and then just kind of stayed there, and then this was accepted, now it's up to $3. I reckon these might have a bit of a drop-off. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens, if the long wait is much longer than expected. So, I'm going to suggest 90 cents to $1.30. If I was feeling more confident, I'd offer a little bit more, but I kind of foresee a bit of a wait, and that's why I'm going to offer a slightly lower price. So 90 cents to $1.30 is what I'm going to suggest. Perhaps it drops off, but only by about a quarter. Well, guess what? With a $1.30 barter, oh yeah, I'll be picking them up for a much more affordable, cheaper price. So yeah, I'll be happy with that. Molten Visage Electric Furnace. It's a $3 skin. Molten Visage collection isn't exactly super in demand. Unfortunately, the timing of all the acceptances is a bit funny. Anyway, for what it is, it's a perfectly fine looking design. But there are other electric furnaces out there. So what else do we happen to have? Oh, look, you got like Temple Electric Furnace. That's a very good shout. That looks quite spooky and eerie. But we also happen to have Apotheosis of War. Like, you know what? Here's a good one. I'm still surprised we still haven't seen the Easy Bake Oven being accepted. Come on now. How am I going to bake my sweet little cakes? Come on, face punch. I need it. Anyway. Yeah, that's fine. It's cool. Oh, we got a chippy one that was submitted. We got a Crypt one. This recently was a brand new skinnable, wasn't it? And what are we expecting? A lot more electric furnace skins being accepted. So if you thought I was overreacting in regards to the Autoturret skins, you know. So, all right, cool. In regards to that, then, I think I'm only going to do 90 cents to $1.30 for this as well. I expect it to go down about half its price. And with a $1.30 barter, I think I'll pick up a fairly decent amount of them. So, yep, 90 cents to $1.30 for the electric furnace. Sinotype mini cards box. I was hoping to get a response. I was hoping to see signs of potentially a brand new small box collection, a nice addition to the Sinotype collection. I haven't seen it. So no response from the skin creator. Maybe he's taken some time off. Maybe he doesn't even realise he had the acceptance. Who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised if they do make a return. I really wouldn't be surprised if he does make more small boxes. Problem is we have to wait until that happens. Great. So, all right, cool. What about this then, independently? If we literally only have this, I mean, you're going to sit there and say, what about the Sinotype collection? Nah, I'm talking more specifically as a small box set. I reckon this is going to drop off for a while. Again, let's also remind you, we already have 2 other cards boxes available. We have the Neon Storage Small Cards box, which dropped down the price with the arrival of this. And, of course, we also happen to have the small props box. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Lord have mercy. Please let it flourish. Please. All right, anyway. So, priced at $2.49 with just about 14,000 subscribers. That isn't as much compared to Neon Cards box, is it? No. But looking at that, making considerations, thinking about it, I think it's going to drop off. I think I'm going to offer $1 to $1.50. Now, if we do see signs of a collection continuation, if we do see signs of a potential subsidiary small box collection for Sinotype collection, and if it does get accepted, that is going to be in a very, very, very good spot. And it wouldn't surprise me if the second small box would sell more. Because once people realise there's potential for an actual collection, they get invested a lot more. You might recall what happened with the, Sinotype originally. Remember how the firearms box did like a perfectly fine 31,000, and then the next one 36, and then 36, and then 14, 46. Oh, that amounted to a lot, didn't it? Damn. Anyway, so yeah, I'm playing it safe. Yeah, I'll probably do $1 to $1.50. Armored Double Door from Hell. I think that's a perfectly fine looking design, a lovely addition to the From Hell collection, which has a lot of skins. Now, with the sales we see, it's not ridiculous, and at the very least, we should be happy that we've already had this be the focused item of the month, so I'm not expecting that to happen again. I'm not expecting a lot of Armored Double Door skins being accepted anytime soon. Now, let me also point out, these are working out quite all right. Look at that. Apotheosis of War could be better. You could be better as well, but what are you going to do? Anyway, you. These have sold the least compared to everything here. Actually, no, these 2 sold less. All right, fair enough. I should clarify that. But they glow in the dark. They're part of a well-established collection. I wouldn't be surprised that these do work out quite nicely. Now, are they going to change the world? Are they going to skyrocket in price anytime soon? Well, no, because it's $4. Oh, dear. All right, then. Could this ever drop off? Inevitably, once we reach October time, it wouldn't surprise me if it does drop off. Okay. well then, could you foresee this recovering and doing nicely in the further future? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we see a From Hell skin being produced and ready for Halloween. Because, yeah, From Hell collection gets acceptances during Halloween as well. There could be a From Hell electric furnace. There could be a From Hell Autoturret. There's a lot of potential options there. But it wouldn't surprise me if we do see another Deplorable being produced. And I certainly hope it gets accepted. And it would give that a boost. So if I'm looking further ahead in the future, you know what? All right then. I'll look at this with some positivity. I'm going to offer between $2 to $2.50. Now, I certainly hope it works out nicely. But I do have to approach this quite carefully. Maybe it just ends up evens forever and I probably miss out. You know what then? I won't offer to buy so many then. Maybe I have to go about it that way. So if you feel more confident, you're more than welcome to offer more funds. But I am more concerned about the long term and the potential that it gets... well, it drops down in price quite badly. I don't want to be dumped on. It's not a fun experience. So, all right then. Yeah, $2 to $2.50. Naval Camo Jacket. I am very, 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 very intrigued. It's a $2 skin, and it has only reached 12,000 subscribers. Now, with my estimates, I thought the jacket was going to probably do between 11 to 13,000 subscribers. So, yeah, that seems to be perfectly in the middle. But in comparison to Naval Camo Collection, it is the lowest selling skin. But, yeah, it's the lowest selling skin. Okay. Now, jacket skins this year. I'm noticing we're not seeing as many. Okay, well, that's fine. But if you were to compare to all the jackets of the past, this is a fairly unique, interesting blue design. I rate it better compared to that one. Naval Camo Collection as well. Do you have the faith? Do you believe that this will work out as time goes on? Tier 3 armor is double in price. The boots and the gloves, they're almost double in price. I mean, the boots are, the gloves, they're getting there. Hoodie and pants have been doing good ever since they came out. Tier 2 still needs to recover. Again, came out during the very beginning of the Easter dip. Tons of listings that still haven't been removed from the Steam market. It's slowly picking itself up, though. I still believe that this whole collection is going to have a very interesting future ahead of it. But, you know, eventually it's still going to suffer and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I had to jump onto that. I don't think we're going to see a jacket like this ever again. Well, we'll see. But, yeah. With only 12,000 subscribers, with thousands of sales less compared to the rest of the skins here, by the end of tonight, I feel fairly confident I'll be buying a bunch of these straight from the Rust store. I'm going to offer $1.20 to $1.70. I feel confident with it. And you know what? I know Face Punch likes this collection. I know for a fact we're going to eventually see the tactical gloves as well. I feel confident that's going to happen. The real question to ask is, what do they make next with the collection? Because they've got all the clothing and armor pieces done, essentially. Would you prefer they go the route of deplorables, or would you prefer weapons and tools? What would you like? Feel free to comment below. Right, anyway, so, yep, that's cool. Yeah, $1.20 to $1.70. I feel confident. I'm looking at it with some positivity. We'll see. Then we have, the bamboo cage fridge. So this has only reached 6,000 subscribers. And you know what? Let me just quickly compare. I thought that was going to do between 6,000 to 7,000 subscribers. Cool. All right, sweet. So, based on what I see there, it's a transparent design. It is part of Corey and Sodsender's bamboo cage collection. Have you seen their recent submission? I have to show it to you. Okay? So, you know, earlier I pointed out how Face Punch said, please don't make any camouflage auto-turret skins. We want to avoid that. So, that happened. Do you think such a thing will happen? Do you think such a thing will be allowed? Do you think such a thing will ever appear in a Rust store? Maybe they'll be drunk one day. Right, anyway. If you aren't fully well aware, Bamboo Cage Collection is getting tons of submissions. Yes, we even have a wooden door with tons of transparency as well. I reckon we'll see a version 2 of that with a lot more opaqueness and whatnot added to it. I did kind of tell them that, but they told me, we just want to see what happens. We'll give it a shot. All right, fair enough. Anyway, so there are potentially more on the horizon, but I will sit here and say, with the arrival of this, I didn't really see anything else change. Locker's doing good regardless, because of course you can stick a cannon between, like in it, you can stick a cannon in it and still move it around and shoot and whatnot without an issue, and it protects you. And you have the vision because there's the transparency. So, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough then. Barbecue is very unique with its transparency, so that's appreciated. But these two, oh boy, well, you're improving, you're still struggling. So it's a bit awkward there, isn't it? Yeah. All right, overall, it's not like we haven't seen a transparent fridge before. It's not unique. It's not special. Don't want to sound mean. They also didn't sell that much. 7,400, 7,700, down 42, down 22, and now we have you. It's just awkward. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer between $120 to $170. I wouldn't be surprised if it drops off as well. But if we keep seeing more bamboo skins being produced and potentially accepted, I mean, that's in a good spot. It is in a good spot. So, yeah, I reckon I will offer around $2. I reckon it'll drop off later on, but I don't think it'll crash and burn. And I certainly hope it works out ever so nicely in the further future. So, yeah, I'm going to play it somewhat reasonably safe. $1.20 to $1.70. Right then, so that's all the abnormal skins. Let's now go ahead and talk about the regular skins. Knights Templar Road Sign Gloves and Boots. This has completed the Knights Templar collection. And there's so much momentum with this so far. Even the AK-47 bounced up in price. I have sold a few of them for some sweet, delicious profit. It's actually happened. Cool. All right, well, fair enough then. So, all right, even that's working out quite nicely. But does this momentum stick around forever? Is this going to remain an in-demand collection for the foreseeable future? Well, I can't guarantee that, I'm afraid to say. So, basically, in regards to the sales, initially I thought that was going to probably end up being the lowest selling skins. Nope. I can confirm to you it has sold more compared to some of the other skins. Roadside Gloves, 18,000 plus subscribers. It sold more compared to Tier 3. It sold more compared to Tier 2. But it did sell less compared to Hoodie and Pants. And those Hoodie and Pants are doing good. And the boots, well, they're just about 16,000 subscribers. It's pretty much the same thing. But you know what? It would still do perfectly fine. It slots in perfectly with everything here. It's not like it did 30,000 subscribers. So as long as that whole collection remains fairly in demand, I expect both the boots and gloves to work out quite nicely, gradually, eventually. I don't expect huge, massive gains. There's nothing else that could come out to give it a boost. Maybe we could see primitive skins, but I don't think that'll be happening. It's not like an active collection right now. So, yeah. I think for those, I'll just do, you know what? I'll say 70 cents to 90 cents for both the pieces right there. The more confident you feel, the more you should offer. And the less confident you feel, you'd offer less. Not too hard to comprehend. So, yeah. We'll see how it goes. But I repeat, I don't think there's anything else coming out for that collection ever again. So, will it be appreciated in the foreseeable future? Or will it gradually be lost and forgotten? We shall see. So, all right, cool. Understood. Training sleeper bag. Selling for the standard $1.49 price for a deplorable. We know what, that might help it out. Now, in regards to sleeping bags, we've seen some interesting looking designs, but this does not glow in the dark. It does not glow in the dark. It is a black backpack that doesn't glow. But let me tell you, it's not like we've never seen that happen before. So, okay. Well, if that went down in price, ooh, I wouldn't be surprised if this still goes down in price. But how cheap would you get? You have sold a very similar amount compared to Funerary. You have sold a fairly similar amount compared to Night. And, well, you have sold quite a fair bit less compared to Black Diamond. To be honest with you, I don't expect wonderful things. I could still see that probably go down a fair bit. You know what? I'll offer 70 cents to 90 cents. I'm not feeling that confident. I know the other training skins in the collection, aside from the clothing and the armour, have suffered quite badly. Yep. And yeah, that's quite literally the first ever deplorable. Maybe we see more deplorables. That would give it a boost. That would be nice, but I'm just not seeing that in the workshop right now. So yeah, I'm just going to offer 70 cents, 90 cents. I could still be useful for a lot of people, but yeah, I don't think people are going to really go that wild for it. So, okay, fair enough then. Then we had the militarized furnace. For what it is, it's interesting for what it is, like camouflage green for a furnace. That sounds cool, but you're not going to be able to hide that. No, it's not going to happen. So in regards to what I see here, and I repeat, it is part of the military collection from the Cramp from many years ago. Yeah, a lot of people are quite confused with its existence. It is part of a collection. Anyway, I'm only going to do 70 cents to 90 cents. I don't fully trust it. I don't think it stands out enough compared to the other furnaces we've seen so far this year. And we've seen some pretty interesting looking designs. Let me tell you that. I don't think it's enough. So, yeah, I think I'm only going to offer between 70 cents and 90 cents. You know what? No. I'm going to offer less. 50 cents to 70 cents. I don't really trust it at all. I really don't trust it. I don't trust it. So, yeah, okay, we'll leave it at that. This particular bow skin. Yes. Well, I will remind everybody that this particular collection isn't actually in demand. I would have assumed a lot of people would have absolutely adored to play around with these particular skins, you know, fiddle with them, shoot with them, you know. Anyway, there is a furnace on the horizon, potentially. There has been basically a 100% success rate before we saw the furnace in regards to acceptances. But even then, with that appearing, hardly anything changed. I'll be honest with you, I don't really expect that much. It has transparency, but to be honest with you, how many hunting bows have we seen recently that has transparency? Quite a lot. It's not that special anymore. So, yeah, funny name, silly gimmick, but I don't think it's enough to retain its price. 60 cents to 80 cents. Now, with this custom SMG, it's perfectly fine for what it is. I see no issues with it. It's a perfectly fine looking style, and yet it's still a custom SMG skin. And if you don't have transparency, I'm very sorry to say, but I would not be surprised in the slightest if you just end up going down in price, like many other custom SMGs of the past. So I sit here and say 60 cents to 80 cents. And that's it. That's a wrap in regards to all the price suggestions. So let's go ahead and have a bit of a yapping session. What do I expect tomorrow? I don't really expect an early rust rotation, but maybe we have a bit of a turnaround, a bit of change with that soon. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, just want to repeat, last week we had a fairly later rotation. We'll see what tomorrow's like. It depends if Face Punch is really bogged down with work at the moment, if they're stressing out. I don't know if they've got like a really big project they're working on at the moment. Who knows? I know they're working on that brand new apartment monument and whatnot. But anyway, in terms of potential acceptances, I have seen some very interesting skins. Oh, yes. So I would recommend you go ahead and watch the Rust Workshop skin checks. For June 16, 2026, we have seen an interesting batch of collection continuations. I already referenced the Space Station V2 Autoturret, but of course we also saw the things like a Bamboo Autoturret, a Pirate Autoturret. I have seen another attempt for Blackout SKS. I don't know what the skin creator needs to do to get it accepted. But I've also seen Reptile Hunter hide clothing. What? Reptile Hunter hide clothing? Oh, imagine if we saw something like that potentially being accepted. It would be cool. The poncho's doing very good, by the way, at the moment. Let's go ahead and check that out in a second. But yep, Reptile Hunter. Listen, if Face Punch have quite literally asked the skin creators, we don't want to see camouflage Autoturrets, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't want to see camouflage primitive skins. They did accept the poncho, true, but in the lead up to the jungle update last year, all the skin creators had just basically submitted green clothing and armor. Something had to be accepted, so they went ahead and accepted the Reptile Hunter poncho and bandana. And that was it. Could we still see something like this? Who knows? But I've got to tell you, that collection's doing good. So, all right, cool, fair enough then. Lots of skin prices are in fact improving. I would definitely recommend you go ahead and look at your inventory right now. It would be a perfectly fine time to consider selling. I wouldn't blame you. Like today, I went for a bit of an effort just to go ahead and try and get some sales in. And yeah, I made $200. And it wasn't that hard. So yeah, all right, cool. Understood. We get the point. I found out that apparently the kick stream was only going to stream for 3 days and that was it. They didn't say that though. They didn't warn anybody, at least as far as I'm aware. So I've seen a lot of people complaining that they missed out on it. All the streamers have been streaming non-stop, so props to them. I'll give them a thumbs up. But yeah, a lot of people have missed out on the wallpaper. That's a bit tragic. Well, I will remind you, for everybody else, it's still going on for another 4 days. And let me tell you, I might know what the new drops are for next month. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So, all right, cool. Right then, so anything else to address? Well, in regards to potential things that could be accepted, I would like to tell you to go ahead and look at microfighter2.com. It'll showcase all the skins that have been submitted to the Rust Workshop as of recent, and I'll put them in order based on overall score by default. Cobalt Container Armored Door version 2. It's an armored door transparency. So could we see that potentially being accepted? Yep, it's a collection continuation to a sheet metal door and a sheet metal double door from the past. We also happen to have Starfall Requiem. Yes, that's a very stylish looking AK-47. Perhaps we could see that. Like I said, I won't be surprised if we potentially see some Super Late picks still being accepted throughout the rest of this summer. So I know we just had complete the sets, but don't be surprised if tomorrow has like 1 or 2 random super late picks that are submitted like a year or 2 ago. Pirate Autoturret, BDU Large Backpack, Gunshop Garage Door, Black SKS, the Spire Combat Knife, and another attempt for the Black Ops Bolt Action Rifle. Scalpel That's a scary looking bow knife, isn't it? Yep. Right. I can also point out for next month, for July 4 swipe, for July update, I know what the brand new SKINNABLE is. So if I could just quickly go over to here and showcase it to you right now. To my surprise, it's the shop front. What? Yep, shop front. Huh? What? Okay. I've already asked the skin creators, can I get Rust McDonald's? Can I get Rust KFC? Rusty fried chicken. Or Cobalt fried chicken. We'll see how it goes, but there's definitely ideas there potentially. But yep, that's the brand new SKINNABLE. I know some people saw the message in regards to small backpack. It looks as if that's still going to become a brand new SKINNABLE, but not next month, probably the month after. I know a lot of people have been asking for this. They've been moaning at me. They've been moaning at me, like as if I'm the one in charge. Hedge, where's the small backpack skins? I need them now, Hedge. Where have you hid them? I don't know. Stop moaning at me. I'm scared. I'm sure eventually it will be happening. So, okay. I know for a fact a lot of people are going to be very, very happy about that. So, all right, cool. Right then, anything else to address? Player count's fine. Have you been keeping an eye on everything over to here? A brand new DLC pack is being worked on, the Games Room DLC pack. There's mentions of a special mini fridge skin in that. Wouldn't surprise me if mini fridge becomes skinnable at some point later down the line. Brand new batch of wallpapers are currently being worked on. So it doesn't appear to be like a massive update. Horse update? Yes, we've added more horses, but yeah. Something is cooking here. I don't know what it is. It might be a special glow-in-the-dark graffiti pack. Wallpaper pack, I don't really know. It's all there. We'll find out soon enough. Neon carpet. A neon carpet. Does it come with neon moths? Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Right, okay. I think I've yapped enough. So what we'll do now is we'll skip ahead. We'll go ahead and showcase the barders, and then afterwards what we'll do is we'll go ahead and showcase to you the abnormal barder support and question, do we actually want to jump in and buy some of these skins? Could they still hold up and work out as very nice investments in the future? Okay, so I guess we're jumping in. Best luck to all of you. Let's see if it works out nicely. As I said, I want to chase after the Naval Camo jacket first. It is now 1 o'clock. Hopefully I don't have the requests issue. He hopes. I haven't had it like real bad recently, so I think I'll be fine. He says. Now, me hoping for this jacket to appear, it's taken its time, so I'll go over to here. Nope, no, Armor Double Door still hasn't appeared. So, nope, still not here. And, nope. Okay, what about the face mask? Oh, there you go. There's the face mask. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and offer this. I'm going to go back over to here. And, no, not yet. Okay, what about over to here? And, oh, there you go. Right, that's a lot of barders already. Wow. I'm going to go ahead and request that. And I'm going to go back over to here. And nope, still no. Okay, cool. So, chest plate. Hello, chest plate. How you doing? Let's go over to here. Let's go request you. Back over to here. Nope, still no. Right. Heat Seeker Bolt Action Rifle. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. There you go. Right, thank you. That took a while for it to appear. I'd like to buy those. Right, no mercy Autoturrets. So you've already got barders going up to about $2.50. Wow, it basically drops off and stops at like $1.50. Wow. Yeah, people aren't feeling very confident with this, are they? No. So in regards to this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer this, and I'm not going to request that much. I will do a second barter. You know what? I should probably go ahead and do the second barters right now. Let's go switch. Boom. It's always handy to be able to do second barters because if something goes a little bit awry, if it looks as if it's not going to retain its value very nicely, you can just basically jump away. You can remove the barter and stick with your original lower price barter. And in this particular instance, looking at the jacket, I can confirm to you it's got barters going up to $1.80 already. Wow. Okay, so £1.20 something. My currency seems to be around $1.70. I said I wanted to do $1.70. I'm going to commit to it. Here I go. Boom. Okay, I think I might just leave it at that then. I see someone's going quite strong with it, but that's not me. Hey, if you want it that badly, by all means, go for it. Offer that much. And thank you very much for the subscription there, Mr. Micro. All right, you know what? I think I'm good. I do have a few more barters to do, but I think you're sure enough. And honestly, it does look as if there's quite a lot of interest and support for these skins. So back over to here. Let's just quickly go ahead and show like the first three here. So I can see 983, 813, and 816. Okay, it's not that silly, to be honest with you. I was expecting quite a bit more. Maybe the Autoturrets have more. I can confirm at the very least that's 811. This has 819. Huh, it's actually quite quiet this week. All right, then. Well, there you go. It is fairly quiet. All right. Well, we'll leave it for about an hour or so, then we'll come back, and then we'll do like the abnormal barter support and question, are these skins perfectly fine to just jump straight in and do a purchase straight from the Rust store? Right, it's been over an hour. As you can see, the prices are now up to date on rusthelp.com. Let's just refresh. Yep, get a good look at that. And now let's go ahead, look at all the skins, and consider, do we actually want to jump in and buy any of them straight from the Rust store? Naval Camo Jacket. I did say earlier, chances are I'm probably going to end up buying some of these. And based on what I'm looking at, yeah. For a $2 skin, with all the support it has, I think I have to jump in. Now, who knows if it's going to become a massive profit instantly? Is it going to be a nice gradual rise as time goes on? That's the expectation, yeah. I have waited for a while now with Naval Camo, and it does look solid. It does look as if it could work out like nicely, progressively a little bit. Yeah. But I'm not expecting like all the skins to go up to $5 anytime soon. Well, I mean, some have kind of been doing that, but realistically speaking, I hope by next year all of them probably could be doing a whole lot better. Of course, that's what you wish for. That's what you hope for. I'm just hoping will the jacket be appreciated as much compared to like the tier 2 armor and the chest plate. We'll see, okay? So I am interested, but part of me is also sitting here and thinking maybe I could just commit to my my $1.70 buy order. I'm actually $1.68, but you know what I'm saying. So I don't have to buy. I do believe I will pick up at least a few, but I feel like I should jump in. I think I should just grab maybe a good 30 or so, see what happens next. Because I have bought in with all the other Naval Camo skins almost. So, we'll see. Armored double door. I'm curious, but I can't help but assume it's going to drop off eventually at some point. Whilst it hasn't sold a ridiculous amount, I kind of wouldn't be surprised if it just kind of retains. It's a $4 skin. It's got that awkward position. It doesn't have as much support as you'll notice, so it ends up at just below $3. 15 there. I think if you really want to try and grab some of these, by default you could offer $3. But considering what happens later down the year, like October, autumn fall seasonal dip, I honestly think you might be successful with just $2.50. So just to be a little bit more sure, yeah, if you really wanted to grab some of these today, just offer $3. I think you'll get that for $1 cheaper. It wouldn't surprise me. But you then better hope that next year it improves and does better. So yeah, I think you're better off with a barter in this particular instance. With HellCore, I did see at least a couple people offering a higher price than suggested. Not by a ridiculous margin. In fact, I think that's me there. But But yes, if you truly believe we'll see the tier 2 being accepted sooner rather than later, I mean, it could appear tomorrow. It could. Well, probably go ahead and put down $1.50 then. Offer $1.50. Go buy some if you really, really, really feel confident. But I am rolling with the expectation that we're going to have to wait a while. I think we're going to have to wait a while. I think we're not going to be seeing the tier 2 until we see a version 2 of it. I do hope to see boots and gloves eventually and whatnot. That'd be nice as well. But yeah, I think we've got to wait a while. And I know other people don't tend to be very patient. There's a decent amount of support. It doesn't look as if it's going to go down to less than $1 anytime soon. So the face mask looks okay. In comparison, though, the chest plate noticeably does have less support. So, yeah, interesting. So we'll see what becomes of this. But the face mask does have more support. It looks to be a little bit more secure. This one's looking a little bit iffy. But if we do see a collection continuation, doesn't matter. It'll spike them on, spike in price. So yeah, I think you might just be better off with our $1.50 barter. Now, another $4 skin. And yes, it does have good support. But you're going to have to hope we don't see another bolt action rifle skin with transparency being accepted. With the support I see, yep, going all the way up to $2.50, but that's it. It's not up to $3. It's not up to like $3.50 or anything. No. It stops at $2.50. I reckon this is just going to retain for the foreseeable future. I really wouldn't be surprised if we see either one of Rainbow Pony, Black Ops, or Tribal Ally bar action rifle being accepted. I'm anticipating it. I am fully expecting it. And with that, if that appears, yeah, this might have trouble. So, in a year's time, maybe in 2 years' time, do I expect that this could still work out and still do pretty okay? I would actually suspect so. I think it could do all right. It hasn't sold excessively. It sold reasonably, but I would still expect, at least in the short term, you could probably still end up with quite a lot of listings. So, if you really wants to pick up some today, go ahead and offer like $3. Go grab one for yourself just in case if you really want to have one for yourself as well. But yes, I think you could just put down a $3 barter. I think you might be better off with that. Buy them for $1 cheaper. Now with the Autoturrets, I wasn't feeling very confident, was I? No. I think with a No Mercy Autoturret, you could just offer $2 or $2.50. I think you could save about $2 or $1.50. Yeah. I really wouldn't be surprised if you pick up a bunch of them in the future. Maybe things might change. It's that $4 price. In comparison, well, with almost the exact same amount of support, Murder Hornet, well, considering you're cheaper, you don't look as if you're going to go cheaper than like 80 cents. In comparison, No Mercy, honestly, it looks like you could stay above $1 for the foreseeable future, which, okay, I guess that's not too bad. But I am expecting you to drop off. I am expecting a lot more Autoturret skins to be accepted. I am expecting these to get lost in the shuffle. Not to sound mean, but it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. So keep an eye out. There are plenty more potential Autoturret skins that could be accepted. And don't forget, Twitch drops and kick drops. Bamboo Cage. Well then, So I questioned it. I thought about it. And as you'll notice, it has barters going up to like $1.50, $1.60. Right then. I hope it doesn't get worse or it suffers. But it's also sold next to nothing. We could very likely end up with a situation where we see hardly any listings. And then people who missed out start getting annoyed and they're like, oh, well, fine, then I put down a stronger barter. And then more and more people appear like that. And then suddenly it's actually got lots of barters up to $3 and the price still is good. So we'll see what becomes of that. But yes, compared to all the other transparent fridge skins we've seen, that is the lowest selling. Does it equal success? I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But based on what I'm looking at, I'm still not that confident, especially priced at $3. I think it was too high priced. Then again, if it sold at like $2, it probably would have had a lot more sales. So, all right, cool. We'll leave it be. I think you're just better off putting down a $2 barter. I wouldn't be surprised if you pick up a bunch of these in the future. Save yourself $1. Sinotype mini cards box. Well, let's go ahead and change that to USD. And, well, look at that. I think you could just offer $1.50. Maybe $1.80 just to be a little bit more secure, a little bit more successful. It hasn't sold that much. But if we do not see a collection continuation anytime soon, I don't think people are going to even care about this. I worry. I need to see a collection continuation. I need to see a potential collection being built up from this. If we don't, I see no value. But I mean, you might like it and appreciate it, and that's fine. I just think people would prefer to use the neon cards box instead. So, yeah, right. We'll see what becomes of that, but yeah, I think you could just offer $1.80 and save yourself about 70 cents each. And then we have Molten Visage, priced at $3. The strongest, like, big bar is only $1.30. Yeah. I honestly think you could just offer $1.50. If you want to be a little bit more, like, secure, $1.80. You could save yourself over $1 pretty easily. I feel confident in that. So, alright, cool. So, we've had a good look at all the skins, but honestly, I only feel confident with Naval Camo Jacket, personally. I'm sure there are people that are probably considering the HellCore Tier 3. It is a bit of a coin flip. Maybe we do just literally see the Tier 2 being accepted tomorrow or next week. And if that does happen, alright, cool. Yeah, that's going to go up in price. Easy. But I kind of feel like we might have to wait another month or two, wait for a version 2, and then boom, then it gets accepted. I'm just trying to read into a potential pattern. Face punch are strange. It might be a fool's errand, we'll see. So yeah, honestly, I think it's literally just this. And just to repeat, as of now, I can confirm with only 12,000 subscribers, this is the lowest selling skin amongst this collection. Does this collection look in demand? Is it finished? Of course, we still have the tactical gloves, but does it now, potentially get primitive clothing and armor skins? Does it get deplorables like doors? Or do we get weapons like an AK-47 and whatnot? Guess we're just going to wait. Guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Lost my tongue there, sorry. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm kind of looking at with positivity. Right then, so a sneaky 100 purchase. I wouldn't be very sneaky then, would it? I think I'm going to grab maybe 30, maybe. I'm questioning because I have a $1.70 barter. I might just be happy with that. But I have been selling some skins recently, so I do have some profits and I do have something to work with. So, I mean, we'll see. And we'll see what gets accepted tomorrow. I have no idea what to expect. I can make assumptions. I can guess. I can literally look at the recent skin submissions like we did a little bit earlier. But at the end of the day, it's up to face punch. I can at the very least point this out. Good old Mr. Slanoster. He submits this like the very next day after the deadline. Maybe this is technically a submission for next weekend. Was this upcoming weekend, I should say. But yeah, Redemption roadside gloves and boots have been submitted. Get a good look at that. Interesting. Yes, very stylish, very red. Yes. Well then, maybe that might magically appear. We'll see. But Slanoster, could you have posted it at a more appropriate time? Unbelievable. Right then, so yeah, that is pretty much everything that needed to be said. Let's see how everything turns out. So if you're watching this tomorrow, during your lunch break, you have to make a consideration. You have to start figuring out what you want to do. I would have reason to believe it'll be a later rust rotation. I will be on stream. Look in the description. You'll see links to all my socials. It's right there. And we'll just be sitting and waiting. Sitting and waiting. And that sounds like a plan. So, all right, cool. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I need to go to bed. I'm breaking down. But yeah. Let's see if the Complete the Sets Rust Store for 2026 is actually going to work out. I will remind you, this is what last year's Complete the Sets looked like. The one that was planned for. Whilst we do have a select number of skins perfectly in the positive, there's quite a lot of skins in the negative as well. Not everything works out perfectly fine. But there can still be some success. And I think with what we've looked at, with what we've just checked with the abnormal barter support, I think we've probably got a good idea of what potentially might be struggling more and what might potentially could be working out a lot better in the future. So, all right, cool. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. Say goodbye.